All right, beloved, tried to get this in the previous clip. We'll try and get it out. So, we're building into the concept of why you get such a smear campaign about Southern American history. They slander it because they don't want authority back in the hands of the people with propriety. They don't want anybody to own all their things. They want you to have to finance it because then you're leverageable. You can be liquidable. If they fail on guarantorship, they could just come and liquidate everything and take care of the back end of the thing that you didn't know exists behind them. The rolling debt hurricane that can't stop because you're part of it now because of financing. You get taxed because of financing. You get crushed in an industry or not offered the things you need because of financing. You can't work the margins you want because the companies that really finance and do what they want get financing you never even see because they don't have to tell you, everybody, the numbers that everyone gets. It's all fictitious. They're allowing these international companies finance at a rate in your own market with your own money, because really it's your M2 kind of goes to it. And they finance off the top of you, and they get to play different rules than you do. Get to play with different scrutinies than you do. Get to roll debt capacities and liquidities, not have to be responsible for them like you do, right? So America was in the process of getting taken back by the royalty. The royalty wants to take it back. The royalty's been trying to take it back. That's what the whole crazy campaigns of identity politics, all that stuff is at the hands. It's all European politics, guys. That's all. And it's not even their politics, really. It's dissolving politics to ruin the population so that they're more malleable to get you in a position to vote when you're not informed. And to just vote party. Oh, this is our party. Vote our party. Everybody in our party just vote for the party. And that's what they want to move everybody to. They want to move everybody to the new democracy is you get all partied up and all doctrined up and all ideologied up and ideologued up, and you don't look at any of the things that actually happen in politics or look at the functions that each bill does, but you just listen to talking heads on the TV just to make sure your echo chamber is getting repeated for you so that you know that you're in the right lane. That's what's going on. Cut the cameras off. People will be like, oh my gosh, where is my politics going to show up? It looks like these companies are getting all the financing they need to add to our country. They're not adding that money. That's money we're adding in debt. They got access to that much debt, right? They're not dumping $60 trillion into America. America is opening 60 trillion. No, it's like opening huge. I'm not 60 trillion is too much. I'm being funny here. But like, it's whatever money it is, it's astronomical because they're opening it up for them to create data centers and stuff, debt that we didn't have before. They're opening more money in our M2 that is going to be on top of us, pressing down on us, right? And that's what they do. International ideas like AI. International ideas like constant war, helping Ukraine, helping the people establish. Really what we need to do is give them a holy land, the land that we stole from them, south of America, because they owned the South, they ran the slave trade, they were doing it right. We should just give it back to them. Instead, let the international bankers slander the Jews who actually owned things and they had to flood out of here because once you steal everything and do the oppression game that the Romans did on them last time, it works. I'm going to say it's a slide. It's a bad thing, right? It's not what's supposed to happen. You have history and the concepts, and think of your relatives the way you do negatively because the royalty wants you to think negatively of them. But they fully have slaves places and want slaves, but they want you to feel bad that your relatives were probably even related to them in some capacity because they're all Jews too. They just have you thinking they deal with Jesus Christ. They're all Kabbalists. They all deal with the planets and the real powers and the real thing like the sun, the moon, and the earth, right? And Saturn, right? And Venus and all them things and Mars. They deal with all them things. They don't want you dealing with them things because stuff comes from those things. Mind power comes from those things. Authorization and authority comes from those things. The ability to come up with fake religions, to get everybody to follow them, to have a spiritual demonic input that everybody looks for, But they don't echo, but they're still in power, right? I mean, come on. Where are we at? We're at that thing. They just want authorization again. We are in a position where America can just go like this. Now that it's broken off, The royalty's defunct. They're not. Their job is to rein in this stuff. They can't rein it in. They have no ability to. They're about to get jacked. Bopped out. Someone's going to get put in. The astrologic leap here. A new house is going to get picked. They slid into. They knew what they did. They know what they did. And the authorization ship is getting broken and handed over. We're at the end of the age, and they knew it was coming. This happens all the time. They have all the information. They just have been pushing this one along for quite a while. They were supposed to lose it the moment this place broke off the way it did, right? And it's been kicking down the road. We're going to still have this. We're going to still have the Earth and all that, but it's going to be a different authorization ship. It's going to look different because capitalism is a problem. It's actually a weapon. Communism is a weapon, right? It's a celestial weapon to destroy things down here that have locked up the opportunities, the innovation possibilities. It's supposed to be a much more level mental playing department, but everything's locked up in the upper class, and the upper class keeps financing the future that they can't become relevant in right now because we're pushing for products. AI, you don't really need it. They're trying to figure out how to put it in everything, but you paid for the infrastructure that functions it daily, right? But they're just going to kick the can down the road, build more of those data centers because they haven't paid for the other ones yet, but they're going to finance a new bubble, new M2, and your products are going to get more expensive. Your houses are going to get harder to get into. The prices for everything's are going to continue to go up, and it's going to be easier to break up for the international functions that broke it up to begin with because those are the ones who leveraged the financing to get us into the depression and recession that we continually roll toward. How about a 2-year silver squeeze? Who did that? 2-year squeeze on markets, monies, and metals where it should be like $20-something silver, but it's still in the 50s. It went to $100-something. Gamery shenanigans. Hey, that's the indication of a major shift. I can't wait because the people who've had their authorization, you've had your multiple world wars. You can't realize you guys are out. You're defunct. You should have gave it up the moment World War II came and we had to come in and fix everything. We should have gotten the torch. You guys should have been back in the corners wondering, how did it all happen to you? And a new authorization and royalty started. And we have a kingship here, a real kingdom, and a real peace, and not a murder mystery, death cult that everybody gets to run around having a democracy. Under you guys are... It's insulting. I can't believe a hot rock doesn't come to the Windsor Palace right now from Venus and just start us again. And that'd be a great indicator. Later.